Hey guys, this is my first ever YouTube video, so bear with me. But I'd just like to show you a little view of my Jack Sparrow Sackboy. I'm actually quite proud of myself because he turned out relatively well, and it's all thanks to TheGoldenJellyBean. So if you watch this, thank you. I never thought for a million years I'd ever do crocheting, but I got on quite well following her description videos, so I'm very grateful for that, because now I've picked up another little craft hobby that I can carry on with and probably make some Christmas presents because it's a cheaper way. And yeah, so introducing my Jack Sparrow Sackboy. And I love him to bits. I'm quite happy with how he turned out, and this is the first time that I've ever done crocheting before, and any time that I've tried to make anything like this anyway, usually I just stick with beads because they're easier to maintain, but I'm very happy with how he turned out, and everyone I've showed likes him and they all want one. And so I'm not quite sure though if I could be up to making another one, especially the same anyway. But like I said, this is the first ever Sackboy I'd ever made, so there was a bit of flaws with him. For instance, his arms weren't really long enough and his hands were a bit big, and one leg is bigger than the other, but because Jack Sparrow's got so much detail you don't really notice it. So that's pretty much why I picked to do Jack Sparrow, my first Sackboy sort of doll outline that I'd finished with, because on the TheGoldenJellyBean videos she likes to knit the clothes on, like crochet, but I decided I preferred to make them out of material. I don't know why really. I think it's just because it's easier, because you make the Sackboy and then you can just clothe him and decide like hair colour and just basically go with the flow, and I just winged it because like I said, this is the first time and the results turned out pretty good. I don't think I could have got any better, but he's still got his working zip inside. You just can't really get to it because he's clothed. But yeah, I think he turned out quite well. The boots I knitted separately and then just sewed them on and turned them down so they'd resemble the kind of Jack Sparrow pirate boot. And the belts are made with the bottom hem bit of some brown jeans that I just cut off and velcroed on, so they're able to take them on and take them off and put them back on. And crocheted a little sword for him that my dad reckons looked like a chainsaw. I suppose it is a bit big, but it's my first attempt, so it will do. Crocheted some rings for him. Got 3 on this one, on the thumb, and done wrapped the material around his hand And I've also got the little brown piece that Jack Sparrow has round his hand. I've got that on there. And the blue waistcoat, because Jack Sparrow, if you look closely, is a dark navy colour waistcoat. And I just used a pair of my dad's old overalls that he wasn't using anymore, at least I hope not. And beads, I had for a while like these sort of beads from a pack of like wooden hair beads that I got a while back. I think it was a old Christmas present that my mum bought me that come from Claire's Accessories. It was just a pack of wooden hair beads, so if you want to get some of them, because it worked out perfect for doing this sort of thing, because it was just the right size to go through the wool. So I'm sure you can pick that up online if you want something like to resemble that. So you can buy anything offline nowadays, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. And I got a bit of like baler twine and wrapped around there. And this is feather bone that luckily my dad found me one day. It was about this long, so I had to cut it down and sand it, but that worked out quite well. And the bit that I used for the piece of 8 over his bandana, and the one down here, now I know this is supposed to be like to have bits that dangle off it, but at the time this is all I could find that was closely resembled it. I might change it for something else, but it was all I had at the time. It's just it's either Chinese or Japanese coins that my brother happened to find me one day, so he brought them back and I cleaned them up, because it was handy that they had the holes in the middle, so that's why I use them. And just a bit of striped material for the belt. Now for people who know me, I like to be precise when it comes down to making something or trying to dress it, if that makes sense. And it always annoyed me because on this the stripes are going the wrong way, they're going this way, and on Jack Sparrow's belt they're going down. So that always annoyed me a bit, but once I put it on him it didn't look that bad, so I could kind of live with that. And for the hair was, admittedly the hair for me was the funnest part to do. It took the longest, but it was quite entertaining to try and get all the little trinkets in his hair. Now I know he's got a lot more, but there's only so much that you could do before I think I'd go overboard. But there wasn't many images online for a picture of the back of Jack's head, or a clear one of any for his hair. But I managed to do the plait on the back, which is a thick plait, and then it's got the red leather wrapped round. I haven't stitched this on, I just wrapped it round and then pulled it through, and luckily it stayed there, so I don't think I have to do anything else with that. because I think it's pretty sturdy enough. It's stayed there for quite a while now. So, and then I just had a long red piece of material for the bandana. I was trying to find one with some like little black pieces on it, but I couldn't find anything, so I thought red will do. You know, I can't be that precise, no matter how hard I try. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything covered. I've done the got his beard on there as well, the plaited beard with the beads on the end. Luckily those beads are staying on okay. I haven't managed to fix them yet because I don't really want to put like a knot on the bottom. I might put a bit of thread round so they're a bit more permanent, but for now they're staying on pretty much okay. But I might reinforce them because I might end up putting them in my car. So, but yeah, I think I've pretty much covered everything. The button eyes are pretty easy to pick up. Like the TheGoldenJellyBean, she pretty much tells you where to get all the stuff to make the actual Sackboy. I'll leave a link at the bottom of this video to help you find it. And I just like to say thanks again to her, because if I didn't have them videos I would have never have made him, but I'm so glad I did now and stuck it out and made it. It took me a while, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to make them, because I've started on another one which is my best friend's Christmas present, so I better not go sharing it on here in case she watches it. But I will once, I'll make a video before I give it to her and then put it on after Christmas when she has it. So, hope I've tried to inspire you somehow to make one, because they're so cool. And if you love like any character and you think this is cute, then you can pretty much turn them into anything once you have the basic detail of them. So I recommend you give it a go. Like I say, this is my first ever time crocheting, so if I can do it, then pretty much anyone can. Yeah, so hope you have a nice day and get making. Bye.